Welcome back, guys. In today's video we're gonna be installing that beautiful part over there, and that is the billet intake manifold from Elevate. As you can see, the car does not come with a metal intake manifold. It comes with the plastic one. The big upgrade is the fact that the throttle body would be centered, so it will be in here. Oops. So in here instead of in here, which makes it symmetrical and has better flow for all 6 cylinders instead of providing more for these than these ones. Just with the design out of the car, you can see it's perfectly symmetrical. Obviously, the fact that the throttle body position is different, they provide you with an extra piping and some silicone couplers. That way you can relocate it without having any interference or fitment issues. Installation is pretty straightforward. It is a lot easier than you could think of. The instructions provided are very thorough and provide pictures, all the tools needed, the sizes, etc. Elevated really knocked it off the park with that one. The instructions are not the only thing that is impressive. The quality is mind-boggling. It's beautiful. The machining, it's all billet aluminum. It's really nice. It's 3 pieces. So you have this here for the runners, then that section which is like half the plenum, then the other side. Really well made. Fitment is beautiful. I'm really eager to put it on the car and then to start the proper modifications and to feel the difference of the car. Here you go, you can see the instructions. It's pretty chunky. They provide pictures, very well explained for each step. So I got familiarized with it, so I won't be using it. But if you're a beginner, it's extremely easy to follow through, and it's not as intimidating that it could look like. First thing first, engine cover. So remove it. If you didn't know, it's only clipped. So you take it off. There you go. That's number 1. Put that on the side. There you go. Super dusty. I'll be detailing the engine bay later on. In a couple months, just before the next car season, and I'll be showing you guys how I did. I'll be showing you guys how I do everything. So the first thing we're gonna be doing is removing the connector for the map sensor, removing the connector for the fuel pressure sensor. Then with a small flat head, we're gonna be removing the connector for the throttle body. We're going to be removing the connector for the throttle body. It is extremely hard to show you on camera because it's so dark and it's on the inside. So I'm going to show you what it looks like once I take it out. Then remove that vacuum line. On the side, you can see there's a behind here. You can see it's hard to show. So it will be over here. There's the coupler for the throttle body, which we will also remove. Then we're gonna take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts, and then just remove the intake manifold out of there. Alright, as you can see, it is off. It's extremely easy. So you can see I have some papers in the runners. I put them inside before I start cleaning around it or blowing air. That way, if there is any debris, it won't fall inside the engine, and then when I take out the paper, the debris comes out with it. Same for the coupler here. So you can see it is 6 individual seals, so it doesn't have an intake manifold gasket like the P2s, and thankfully these are in really good shape. However, we don't need them since the Elevate kit provides a whole new gasket instead of 6 individual ones. But you do need to retain the throttle body one, which I still haven't taken out. It's only 4 torque bolts and that's it. I'm not sure if it's gonna show on the camera, but there is some oil in it. However, it is very dry. The issue comes from a really bad PCV that the car had whenever I bought it. I changed it right away, but the old owner actually ran it that way for maybe 4 or 5 months, so that's why. But thankfully it's all dry, nothing, it's not new oil, so I'm really proud. I'm really happy with that. Here they are, both of them next to each other. First thing first, you see how symmetrical the Elevate one is and how unsymmetrical the OEM one is. Not only that, the plenum size is drastic. The throttle body angle on the OEM one, it's hard to describe exactly, but what it is instead of being that way, so perfectly flush, it is angled that way. The Elevate one is flush. You can see, look, it's parallel with the camera. This one isn't. I would have to go completely down there to be parallel. So you see, that's a big difference. Not only that, I'm gonna try to flip it with one hand. There you go. There you go. So, look, again, that versus that. Even the runner design is way better in here, shorter, way better, straight as well. Look at the plenum, huge difference. And just look at the inside, it's completely optimized. How beautiful that is. Man, I love billet pieces. Here's another angle. So what I need to do now, the map sensor, I already took it out, but you can see there's a teeth here. If it focuses, come on, there you go. So it will be underneath that plastic, so you twist it until it's clear, then you pop it out. And you absolutely need that rubber piece here to transfer it on the new manifold. There it is, transferred on the new one. So what you do is you loosen that small bracket, just push it in, then put the bracket on it and tighten. That's it. So you don't need to clock it in any other way. Do that, tighten, and that's it. It's ready to be installed. So here's the other piece of the puzzle. It is provided by Elevate. So instead of a rubber elbow, you have a solid aluminum one with some couplers that will allow you to position the throttle body. So let's say the manifold is here, right? The throttle body, now it's just for the sake of the demonstration, let's say it would be around here. Now it's gonna be around there. That being said, I'm gonna put the brightness a bit up. Not sure if that's enough. Maybe with a flashlight. Too much, I guess. Yep, that's better. All right. So if you look here, you see that here? There's a bolt over there. It's an 8mm, and then you have another one over here, and it's a 13. Those two bolts, they hold the solid piping for the throttle body charge pipe. We're gonna remove both bolts and we won't be using them anymore. We're gonna use something provided by Elevate, and that's this here. It's that bolt here. There you go. It's that bolt here with this spacer. The spacer will allow the piping to be brought a bit towards the fan, so that way the throttle body can be, the coupler can be repositioned and aligned perfectly with the new throttle body position without interfering with the alternator or other components. So that's what I did right now. You can see the spacer is in. The other one cannot be connected, but it is not needed. And I also take the time to put the new piping. You can see all the clamps are loose, and that is that when I put the intake manifold, I can play with the angle, put it perfectly, and make sure it is aligned and that there's no leaks, and then I tighten everything. there it is, guys. It's all done. So let's take it back a bit. Bolts are installed. If it focuses, it doesn't want to. Okay, so bolts are installed. Map sensor, fuel pressure regulator, throttle body, and the vacuum one. All right, so on the inside, it's really hard to show you guys. I'm doing my best, but if you look down there, right, so those are tightened, and obviously the throttle body as well. That's gonna be practically impossible to show you over here. And that's it. That's all it takes. Whenever you put the intake manifold back, make sure that the gasket is aligned, and before you start tightening everything, again, make sure the gasket is still aligned, didn't fall off. And then you start from the center, then you go out when you're tightening it. For the throttle body, you can always double check from here the fitment, if it's the coupler is around the whole throttle body. Sometimes it's a bit kinked, so be careful for that. But I'm extremely pleased with the result, either for the looks or even the performance. I've only heard good things about it. I'm gonna go do a little test drive, but obviously the biggest potential is whenever you put it with other stuff. So with the hybrid turbo that I'm gonna be doing, fuel pump, injectors, intercooler, or all the piping, it's gonna be perfect. I really can't wait. And that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm extremely happy with the result. It's absolutely stunning, man. It's gonna be good. I really can't wait to go test it, have everything installed from Elevate, and then tune it. Man, it feels like Christmas every time I get to install another Elevate part. Please guys, if you want to support me, consider subscribing and liking the video, and of course please check out Elevate stuff. It's amazing. The quality is really good. The part do justice themselves. There is no need to even talk. So thank you guys. If you have any questions, please write them down below. Thank you and bye bye.